Lee Briers gets the second half underway, and that's not gone 10 metres.
Well, I know it's nice to try something different, but the way that their defence, especially in that latter part of the first half, oh, that's a shocker. It's not the best from Sinfield either, but surely they should have kicked it into the corner, the way that they were pounding against them. Still.
Well, Leeds might have been running the ball away from their own line. As it is now, they're running the ball at the Warrington defence 30 metres out. And Warrington having to do a little bit of defending here in the opening set of 6 of this second half. That drive in there came from Luke Ambler. And Badeiros is the man at dummy half waiting Jamie Peacock to heel it back to him, which he does. And that is Sinfield. Sinfield then to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. That's the 4th tackle, 10 metres away from the line. Badeiros goes the other way this time. Here's Ambler once more, gets it to Peacock. Peacock then flicks it up.
Great
Good defence on their own line.
King and Bridge just bottled him up, couldn't get offload.
Nowhere for Maguire to go. Sinfield then has to revert to the boot, looking for Scott Donald. Finds Scott Donald, who gets the try. Well, they tried to be very, very clever from the kickoff, and I'm afraid it's come back to bite them. Because Scott Donald, he just leapt like a salmon then, plucked the ball out of the air and dropped it over the line. Try for Leeds, started the second half. Great start for the champions in response to a 20-12 scoreline at half-time. Scott Donald's try. What a record this fella's got. 135 Leeds appearances prior to today, 87 tries. Make that 88 now.
Why on earth do you want to do this? You've got a commanding lead, it doesn't make the 10. Your defence has been battering the Leeds outfit, and it was a pinpoint kick, wasn't it, from Sinfield? What a take, though, by Scott Donald. That was outstanding. Under a lot of pressure, thank you very much indeed. Pops it down, Christmas has come early. What a gift.
Don't you want to see entertaining rugby, Mike? I mean, the short kick-off didn't come off, but I mean, I don't want to see a side continually kick it long. I watched the second team game. One team conceded 90 points and every kick-off went long. At least it was entertaining.
Great kick from Sinfield. Tremendous kick off the touchline from Sinfield. 20 points to 18. We love being entertained, Phil. We've got no problem with it whatsoever. That somebody has.
Well, it shows that they've got a mindset they want to attack. They're 8 points in front, which isn't enough probably to win a game with 40 minutes left. They tried it, it's just the kick wasn't quite accurate enough.
Not done it this time. Here's the try scorer who will run it back from his own line. Well, not the start that Warrington wanted, Brian.
No, absolutely not, but what a wonderful finish from Scott Donald and an excellent kick from Kevin Sinfield. It's something like we spoke about. They need to tighten that up because they have the players that can put a good kick in, like Kevin Sinfield showed then. But wonderful skill from Scott Donald to take that ball down and ground it under pressure.
And Leeds have got their tails up now. Oh, but they've come up with a real blunder. Right, Phil, I believe you've got the name of the most popular barber in Warrington.
Oh, that's right, Eddie. Matt King will soon be parting company with that mop, and the lady who will have the job of shaving his head, he'll have a #1 haircut right down to the scalp, is a Mrs. Anita Williams, who's a delighted Warrington Wolves supporter who came out of the hat to the half-time draw made by Jill Oakes from the charity Families United, who are benefiting from Matt King's generosity, and he's going to benefit with a very nice haircut. I reckon the next one in the candidate could be Vinnie Anderson, you know.
You never know. There's 1 or 2 candidates up here.
Focus on the game.
Well done to Matt King for all of that, and of course he got the penalty here off Leeds for offside, which is why Warrington now are camped on the Leeds line.
2 balls on the pitch, one going to get kicked off.
Bridge to Briers in centre field. He just popped that up for Vinnie Anderson.
He's running the show, isn't he? He's enjoying himself tonight, Lee Briers.
Solomona, and here now is a drive for the line by, I think it's Paul Wood. It is. He plays it to Solomona. Oh! Hyam!
Roly-poly!
Hyam! Held up.
I haven't seen a roly-poly move like that for about 40 years.
A mousetrap.
Thought it was the mousetrap, Mike.
We called it roly-poly. I'm a bit older than you.
Roly-poly, mousetrap, whatever.
It didn't work.
It has here, because King's in. off that didn't go 10 metres at the start, but Warrington respond immediately, and it's the 13th try of the season for Matt King.
Sometimes when you force the ball, it can bounce your way, and they certainly got away with it on that occasion. He's having another big game, isn't he, the big fella Matt King? It just bounced nice, didn't it? That could have gone forward, it didn't. Bounce straight up. It's a simple try. Bridge would have thought, oh no, it's a shocker of a pass. King says, don't worry, I'll turn it into 4 points. The big question is, can Mr. Breers add the extra 2?
Well, just have a look if you can. Just look at this kicking style of Lee Breers there. That's different for 2010, and it's worked. 26-18. Trading punches start of the second half. Matt King, 2 tries. Got the first, has got the latest. Injury news, Bill.
Yeah, and Leeds probably struggling a bit, not just with the heat, but 1 or 2 players as well. Lee Smith, we saw get a knock in the first half. He twisted his ankle. We're told that he's okay to carry on. And the other worry is Ryan Hall, whose right thigh is heavily strapped, and he's not moving that smoothly either.
So it's not getting any easier for Leeds Rhinos. 26-18. 7 minutes of this second half gone. In the Anderson to Paul Wood. They're not only prepared, though, Warrington Phil, are they, to entertain us. They're prepared, when necessary, to slug it out.
Well, I think they've got a mix of both. Here's going to be some wonderful skill in the next half an hour. The sun's shining, the ball is being sprayed from one side to the other, and if you're a Leeds defender, you know you're going to have to work very hard in the next 30 minutes.
The kick into open space, but only to Ryan Hall, who is running a little labouredly with that heavy strapping on his thigh that Bill's just told us about.
You're right, his half pace. And that's not good news for the Rhinos. They've got to try to muscle up now. They've got to get into a good position.
Here's Sinfield. Great offload from him to Senior and then to Peacock.
There's quite a few tired players out there, Eddie, on the Leeds outfit.
This is Ambler again, and not standing square, Warrington. They play the ball, penalty to Leeds. That'll help them.
And again, quick play the ball. He got out of the blocks a little bit too early. Leeds will be trying to slow things down because they look as though they're lacking in a lot of energy.
In the first half, Eddie, from a similar position, they took 2 runs, and then Greg Eastwood came on that barnstorming run to score the try. That's the first one that'll set them in the position they want.
And here is Badiras attacking the line. Warrington holding back fatally. I think Badiras has got this down. He has. Warrington stood on the line flat-footed, and Badiras shot away from dummy half. Brian McLennan very well pleased with that. Badiras missed the game against Warrington last year, missed both of them. He played last month. Monaghan was absent. We said it might be the key battle. He is one of the modern greats, is Danny Badiras, and he's proved why then. Fantastic try from dummy half, but Warrington flat-footed on their own line.
It was all about playing the ball quickly as well, and would you believe it, this is the first real run that we've seen from Danny Badiras throughout the entire game, and he picks the right moment. Just a little bit too slow to respond to that quick play of the ball. What a seesawing game this is.
Sinfield puts the kick over, and what will be fascinating about this game, Danny Badiras made a name for himself by playing 80 minutes of matches. Now they have at the moment left him on the field for the whole period that we've had to play. They've got Paul McShane, a reserve hungler, sitting on the bench who hasn't featured yet. Will Leeds here now, in the absence of Matt Diskin, elect to play Badiras for his favoured 80 minutes, keeping him out there for longer?
Well, if he continues to come up with the goods like that, I think yes, they will. Smith on the edge of the kickoff, and Peacock. I don't think he's been taken off either tonight, has he?
How good is he? What about the little things he did in the first half? Chasing back Monaghan, winning a penalty here, quick play the ball for the try. He is a wonderful player. He's an inspiration for this Leeds team.
Has been for quite some time, and I must say that was right in front of the official, and I'm afraid Adrian Morley looked back and said, yeah, I think you caught me.
Well, the champions will not go away, will they? That was Jay Pitts, and he plays the ball. Oh, the ball is smuggled away by
That should
Badiris
be
again.
back to 1 because it was reefed away.
Dancing feet from Maguire.
Oh, swing it up.
It was Ben Harrison, I think. Great ball from Peacock. Oh, an important tackle that. How important was that tackle from Vinnie Anderson? Morley is on the backside of Badiris. Can't get him down. Does in the end with help from Westwood. Sinfield switches the direction of the attack. Back to Peacock again. Dumps the ball down to Maguire. Long ball then out wide. This is Delaney. And Delaney is halted on tackle number 5, but they're 5 metres away again.
Short blindside, John.
It's another run on for Badiris. No, they're going that way. And they're in with Ryan Hall. What a response from the champions this is. Battered and bruised and under strength, but they still have quality out there. And Ryan Hall comes up with his 13th try of the campaign. Well, Leeds will not go away.
The good work and the steal then allowed them 30 metres downfield to put them in a position. I knew they're a bit short on that way, and it was a beautiful pass from Maguire. And he got on the outside. That's the second occasion. Lack of concentration by the Wolves.
You know what'll disappoint them the most, Steve, was the fact that they had the numbers in the end to sort that problem out. I think Chris Hicks got caught looking in a little. Ben Westwood turned in a fraction. Great ball from Danny Maguire. They had the numbers to solve that.
Well, Sinfield can kick goals from anywhere, and at the moment they're leading by 28 points to 26. And Kevin Sinfield with the opportunity to add 2 more. 7th in a row at standoff for the Leeds captain. What a kicker he is. What a kicker of the rugby league ball Kevin Sinfield is. 30 points to 26 Leeds.
There you can see the problem. They're too tight in defence. Westwood goes in and he just leaves it out wide. Hicks just about a metre inside when he should have got over to the whitewash. What a finish. What a game. This is unbelievable.
So Warrington restart, and this second half has not gone according to the plan.
Well, I think that we're going to see more and more points, aren't we? Again, the flavour of the weekend seems to be that. 92 points scored at St Helens. 56 here already. And I think plenty more. Here is Paul McShane, Eddie, who's just come onto the field now. Number 25, you'll see him standing behind the play of the ball.
Yes, there he is, back from a lone spell with the Black and Whites of Hull, where coincidentally there weren't too many points scored this weekend, were there? Sean Long, though, very sadly and tragically for him, he is a penalty for Leeds.
Not standing square.
Sean Long.
He did the right thing, the referee, James Charlie. Wanted to see whether there was any advantage, whether Leeds could get further downfield. They didn't, and so he brought them back.
I'm going to get this point out. Sean Long, sadly, if people have missed it, he has dislocated his elbow. And he's out for the season, I think, although it's not been confirmed. And there must be a question mark over Sean Long's entire career. I think Mickey Hyam has just left the field, darted into the players' dressing room area. Bill, what's the story?
He's a mess. Mickey Hyam, blood pumping from a wound right on the forehead. His shirt already covered in blood. So he's rushed to the dressing room to get that patched up.
Thanks, Bill. Leeds 13 points to 26 to the good. Ding-dong battle in the sunshine as Ambler will drive it in, the Irish international. He's only played one of the last 6. That was McShane, that was Maguire, this is Sinfield, and here is Jay Pitts. That's good defence this time.
The big problem is the Wolves need possession. They haven't had it for quite some time, and At a moment where the Rhinos looked as though they were very, very lethargic, all of a sudden 2 tries, boy, that perks you up.
They're looking for another here with Sinfield. He's very close. It's a penalty for a high tackle. James Giles caning the Wolves at the moment.
Well, it's 4-1 the second half penalty count. Probably justified here. They do make contact with the head, Eddie.
Yeah,
Can't do that.
Michael Monaghan, you could see there, came in from the back. It wasn't Ryan Atkins, it was that fella there. Well, they're losing the plot somewhat.
And a drive in from Ambler once again.
20 points to 12 lead at half-time. Looked as though they were going to boss it.
Well, the referee will have to have a word with the skipper here. He's got to call Adrian Morley to him. They've got to be put on the warning because these penalties coming thick and fast.
I called moves there in this tackle, and all David is doing is looking at me and staying.
There's little doubt.
There's far too many penalties.
Little doubt at all.
He's not put them on a warning though. He's just explained what's going on. There's far too many penalties, he says. And here is Sinfield. This is Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Warrington with a bit of a problem here now, because the penalty count's going against them, the scoreboard's going against them. Maguire pops the ball up to Delaney. This time Warrington surround him and bring him down.
Good tackle there by Ben Harrison. He knew the inside pass was on.
McShane, Sinfield, Peacock. Peacock still. Ball comes backwards though and King has it. Now, Warrington have got a penalty.
They got a little bit excited there, Jamie Jones-Buchanan. But Peacock, why on earth he'd want to try to get the ball away in that position? Heavy traffic. Boy, the Wolves are happy that they've got another 30 metres downfield. They need to get themselves in the opposition half as well. And this is what they've done well throughout this game. Full charges, full-blooded charges by the big forwards.
This is Monaghan. Well, the crowd's going potty. It's a penalty to Leeds. Incorrect play the ball.
They were going potty a few seconds ago. They've gone up another level. They are going absolutely...
Well, it's dissent. It's not an incorrect play the ball. It's dissent, and it's against Monaghan, I think. So, a penalty to the Leeds Rhinos. They're getting plenty of them at the moment. Here goes Peacock.
They've got to be very careful as well, Warrington. If they lose their cool, they could ship in another try, or at very least give away a silly penalty. And someone may be looking at the sin bin.
Well, it's annoyed them. It's pumped Warrington up, but here goes McShane. He loses possession.
He was through.
For Warrington and the response. Bumps pits out the way.
Wasn't that brilliant? McShane nearly through, and then Morley, like a beast.
Atkins plays the ball to Monaghan. He finds Bridge. Bridge then gets it wide. Here is Louis Anderson. He's on his way to touch. He's in touch.
What great defence.
This is great. This is what it's all about.
Well, the crowd baying for blood and everything else to knock on rather than into touch.
Either way, it's head and feet to the visitors.
Monaghan's having a word again with James Child. He screams at him there. That's the penalty for dissent that was given just a few minutes ago.
Look, he's got enough experience to understand that. Okay, you're bossing the game, but you do not do that. You'll never beat the man with a whistle. You may dislike him, you may not send him Christmas cards, but you're never going to beat him.
So here come Leeds again, as a result of that great defence that drew the knock-on. Sinfield. The champions have got the sniff of something here. That's a flying challenge by Kenny Anderson. McShane, Bailey offloads, hits. Here goes Ambler then to Sinfield. Sinfield brilliantly to Maguire. They've got too wide on the overlap. Ablett gets the ball. Oh, Delaney's giving himself up. He's not given the penalty.
He's not given it. Oh, I'm sure there was obstruction. I know he was a long way away from the defensive line. game's going crazy.
McShane again. Eastwood. Last tackle here for the Leeds Rhinos with Sinfield. Out wide looking for Donald again. Breers took him out. Tell you what, Breers took Donald out then. Here goes Riley.
He certainly was interfered with. That should have been a penalty.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, they're shot
They've
here.
escaped and there's something on here. Bridge. Bridge still. He's a lone ranger. There's nobody with him.
What a game this is turning out to be.
Monaghan wide to Breers. Breers to King, who's on a hat-trick. He's not going to get it this time. Listen to the crowd. It's another Sunday classic. Anderson, Louis Anderson. Here goes Monaghan. This is Westwood. Monaghan again, looping past to Mothers. Mothers to Atkins. Atkins to Riley. And Riley inside Senior to score. It's 30 points apiece. What a game. Over the last 7 days, the Engage Super League has been as good as it gets. Well, I just wonder if we look back at that and if James Shire looks back at it later on, whether Lee Breers really did take Scott Donald out in the corner. But Warrington have got the power and Warrington have got the pace to go 100 metres and score a try. And it comes to Chris Riley, his 18th try of the season.
Unbelievable, Eddie. This is the obstruction. Delaney gives himself up and said, are you going to penalise me? The answer was no. James Charles said, get on. You can see there that Breers, he just blocked Scott Donald. That should have been a penalty. And then a quick play the ball, offload from here, and Riley does the twinkle toes and scores the try to level it up. Breers with the chance.
Misses.
Well, we're seeing any swings in possession. One here is a brief moment when Warrington have the ball and they've shown how dangerous they can be. Shifting it wide is what they've done this season. The de facto fault position really has given them 4 more points. Get the ball out wide, let's get it to our quicker men. And Chris Riley as well to step back inside, tie up the scores, an hour or so gone.
Matt King then, I don't know whether he heard the call from Chris Hicks behind him, but he was charging backwards, running backwards to get the kick off. Look what happens. Down. OK, it's yours.
Tell you what, it's a good job that he tripped. He probably would have taken his own player out.
Well, it was 16 all on Friday on Sky Sports. It's 30 all now.
Back to 6.
It is. He's wiped the tackle count clear. Do you think we're in for another draw, fellas? Not with the 2 teams like this, surely.
No, I don't think you're going to get a draw here tonight. But there'll be plenty. I think there's going to be more points in this.
Oh, here goes Atkins. Atkins has got Riley. He has been brought down by Senior. And Senior and Smith hurt. Here's Riley. This is Solomona. He's unstoppable, is he? He is unstoppable. They held him up.
Absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere here is electric, and it looks like Solomona's pulled something on the leg, on the thigh.
Is it a hamstring or is it just cramp?
Either way, he's in trouble.
We've got cramp stood here, watching this. Breers. Bridge. Mothers. Oh, penalty to Warrington on the line, offside.
Oh, they took a big gamble there. It wasn't the best pass, but they've got away with it. No tapping, don't worry. They've got the confidence to know there's plenty of time.
Morley. Adrian Morley. He can see the whitewash in front of him. Couldn't get the ball down. Solomona limps off. Must be more than cramp. Here is Breers. Wide it goes to Riley. Riley. Couldn't get over in the corner. That was great scrambling defence. Monaghan. Monaghan to Grix. Grix to Mathers. Mathers finds Bridge. Here's King.
He's lost it.
Leeds survive that assault.
Well, they look vulnerable. Leeds look vulnerable every time Warrington decide to go wide. We see King putting the ball down there.
I can't think of much better than this.
Oh, it's, I mean,
Last week was brilliant.
Treat last
This
Sunday.
is getting close.
Friday night was fantastic, and this is a brilliant effort again by all these players.
30 points apiece, 15 minutes to go, and don't forget, if you think this is good, enjoy it in 3D. Blimey, you better take some tablets, because if this lot come out the screen at you, you're going to be in trouble. It's Wigan-Warrington on the 16th of July, and that will be the first ever 3D match from the Super League in this country. There's the website, /3D pubs, to find out where you can watch it. And you'll be brave if you stand in front of the screen with your glasses on.
I'm exhausted already. I really am exhausted. Talk about cramp. I think you might get it.
Great play, the ball there.
Beautiful stuff.
Maguire has got Ablett. Maguire's going himself. Oh, a wonderful try. A wonderful Maguire try. The quick play, the ball sorted it out. He foxed everybody except himself. A wonderful Danny Maguire try.
What about the
Snatches the lead.
involvement, Eddie, though, of Paul McShane? We said that Banderas was off, Diskin's not available, but what this young hooker does here is world-class, Eddie. World-class. Picks it up and runs from dummy half. He's then under pressure. The timing of that soft one-handed offload there to Maguire was brilliant. I don't take anything away from what Maguire does. He is a star and has been possibly their best player this season, but that's wonderful play by the hooker, setting up his pacey player, giving him one chance here now to go into the post, and he's taken it.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. He didn't start the game very well, Maguire, but look at that.
And look how he just keeps calm. Now then, I'll throw the dummy. Richie Mathers takes it, and he knows that he has the speed. Super stuff.
Danny Maguire. He needs 5 tries for a career 200. I doubt if there have been many much better than that. He now needs 4 tries for a career 200. Sinfield's in front of the sticks, and Leeds are in front in the game.
Sensational. Any youngsters out there watching it, I hope you've taped this, because just watch at the skill factor. Brains ticking away. So much wonderful talent out there.
He is special, Danny Maguire, isn't he? I know Sam Tompkins and Kyle Eastman have got a lot of the headlines. Somebody like Danny Maguire, he is world class.
The thing that is so fantastic about Maguire is that he's actually giving Steve McNamara, a lot of is being talked about those young players you've just mentioned, Brian, and a couple of others, but Maguire's still in the frame.
And he was dropped, wasn't he, for the Four Nations final last year? Perhaps a point to prove against the England coach from that day.
Yes, he sat in the stand watching this. Maguire, just soft little hands with the pass then to Ablett. Here's McShane.
How's that for confidence?
Well, I was going to say he's going to ask Richie Mathers to run it back, but it wasn't the greatest kick. Down to Bill.
David Solomona looked like a bit of a knee problem he's got. He's back up in the stand having a breather. Whether he'll be able to come back is doubtful. Mickey Hyam, I think, will be, although he's been in the dressing room. They've patched up this cut. It wasn't the biggest of cuts, but it was in one of the places on the head where it just won't stop bleeding, so it's taken some treating, and he'll be coming back on with wearing the scrum cap, just back on the sidelines at the moment, Mickey Hyam, so they'll be glad to get him back out there.
Well, incredible, these players. The Solomona will want to come back on, even though it looked as though he'd done some damage. Mickey Hyam has been damaged, and he's about to be thrown back on. It's an abject lesson. Breers to Mathers. Mathers wrestled to the ground by Brett Delaney.
Well, the fullback will be wanting to pay his coach back because it wasn't the best attempt in good field position. Take nothing away from the skill factor of Danny Maguire. It was brilliant. Oh, King, if he could have got that away, it was a giant leap. No advantage. He'll put the scrum down. Look at this. He's had a top game again.
Think he will lose anything when the hair comes off, a la Samson and Delilah? No?
I never did.
He said he can't wait for it to come off. He reckons it stinks. His pillow stinks, his hair stinks.
And Steve-O, did you have anything in the first place?
Well, I'm telling you, it didn't affect me at all. Mind you, it took about 30 years to have that.
It'll be 30 seconds when it all comes off at the barbers this week.
Ooh, I think it'll be a bit longer than that.
Bailey.
Now then, can Warrington get possession? That's going to be their biggest problem.
Maguire again. Maguire again, and he's hauled down by Westwood. Here goes Badiris.
Smart kick.
That's
Smart
a great kick. Oh, Mathers has got work to do here. He's got work to do here, and he does it. Gets out of jail.
And also smart work by Brian McLennan. He knows that he had to put out Danny Badiris out there to control things like that. Okay, good performance by the youngster Paul McShane, but he knows how important that he needs someone to settle it down.
That's exactly right, Steve-O. He's interchange. He's got to manage them. 10 minutes to go. He wants Danny Badiris on the field, and I'm sure you'll see Jamie Peacock come back out again.
Here goes Lee Breers now. Cut down, though. Good tackle by Kevin Sinfield, and then Sinfield trying to leap Breers as he gets to his feet, concedes a Warrington penalty.
And watch Breers go down. He's milked that. He's a fascinating player, isn't he, Lee Breers? He can come up with so much.
I should correct myself. Jamie Peacock is on the field, so Brian McLennan has got the players he believes can win out this game on the field for the last 10 minutes.
We're inside the last 10. Monaghan's there for Warrington. This is Grix. Now it's Paul Wood. The fitness, I mean, it's boiling, absolutely boiling hot, and these two teams going at each other hammer and tongs. After 71 minutes.
Certainly looked high then. Well, they're in a good position.
Monaghan finds Breers. Breers finds Mathers. Mathers has got Atkins. Mathers has also got Riley. Oh, is that allowed?
That's allowed. That's a great tackle.
Over.
There's nothing wrong with that. That is a wonderful tackle.
Still moving. Did the ball carrying arm?
Yes, it did. That's the point. He's rolled him over after the ball carrying arm hit the ground.
It is a danger, though, Eddie. If you run towards the sideline, there's every chance that somehow you're going to end up over it.
It's all in the opinion, isn't it, of the man with the whistle. And James Child has said, well, his momentum had not stopped. And Delaney, upper body strength, gets him into touch.
Delaney on his 100th career appearance, as we said. Ryan Hall trying to get through Simon Grix.
Well, normally you'd think that Leeds will just shut up shop now and make sure they get a good position, good kick and chase, but they've got so much talent out there. We've seen some beautiful runs from Danny Maguire over the last 10 minutes, and don't be surprised if he does something different. Mathers has not gone deep, so he's anticipating a chip over.
Here's Bailey, halted by Louis Anderson and by Morley. Lee Smith dumped to the ground on tackle number 5. They're still inside their own half of the field. The kick from Sinfield has to be good. It's deep. It doesn't matter where it goes now.
Yeah, all he wants to do for the third occasion, and they're the tactics that Brian McLennan has told him to do, is get yourself on that 30-metre line, the tap on the 20. All they have to do is keep their one line of defence. Composure, though. Do not give away a penalty.
6 points in it, and we've got just over 7 minutes remaining. News of Solomona again, Bill.
Eddie, they're desperate to get him back out there, because even on one leg, David Solomona could have the key to unlocking this game for the Warrington Wolves. All it would take is one of his canny passes, and they could be over. So that's why they're just trying to get him out there now.
This now is Breers on halfway. Gets Warrington over the halfway line. Here he is. Here is the big fella. That's the pass. That's what does all the damage. There's Riley, though, and down he goes. Solomona from dummy half finds Breers. Breers. Monaghan lost it. Knock on.
He wasn't anticipating that. The hooker, Monaghan, he thought it was going to be a nice short ball, but you can see quite clearly on the replay that he had a little glance to see who was coming towards him.
You still look at this Warrington team attack. Leeds look so vulnerable when Warrington decide to spread this ball. If they get another couple of cracks at this Leeds line, they might get in.
Well, the Leeds Rhinos have lost just one of the last 8 weekly round fixtures against Warrington. It was 22 points to 12 here, August 2008, and they've won each and every 3 since. And they are 6 minutes or thereabouts away from another.
And as I say, don't be surprised that if they just drive again, get into that position, they'll kick the ball dead in goal. It doesn't really matter. They know that they're strong in that defensive line.
This is Ablett.
You think any another 10 metres, and I think Kevin Sinfield would probably even try and drop goal. If it fails, it still goes dead, and it starts on the 20.
Well, that's what Jamie Peacock was thinking of there. Another drive here, they might be 30 metres away. Sinfield is there, and he's having a go now, gone early. It looks as though it might be over. It is!
Oh, wow.
It
What
is!
a kick. Well done, Clarkie.
A sensational drop goal from Kevin Sinfield.
Now it's short kick-off time, Eddie. I'm already on the next thing. The Leeds are already prepared for it. That's brilliant. You practice, 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 and then when you're under pressure, you need to be able to score. And he does that, Sinfield. Then immediately he tells his players, let's get set for where this kick's going to go. Only Solomona challenging for it, though. He's tapped it back.
And Sinfield's after it. Sinfield knocks it back. And Sinfield in with the tackler to knock on, but who's knock on? It's Warrington's head and feet. Sinfield knocked on.
Well, they had to go for the short kick-off on that occasion.
There's the knock on.
Just put his hand in there.
Well, 7 points the difference, 5 minutes remaining. 22nd drop goal, by the way, this of Kevin Sinfield's Leeds career. Well, that was a risk they took, and it might come back to bite them.
Oh, he had the man on the inside. The crowd are screaming for obstruction, but you can't give an obstruction for that. A man that's just gone down the field, and
Ryan Hall has hurt the other leg now.
was that the right option, I wonder? Kicking straight from the scrum win. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. He just battered away, didn't he, Matt King? Oh yes, that is not feigning that, I can assure you. Look at that.
It's similar to the James Donaldson injury we saw, I think, when we were watching Bradford.
Yes.
Ankle or knee has given way on him.
Surely he's not going to continue out there. I mean, he won't be able to walk, never mind run, but they've shoved him out on the wing.
Well, he's got a knee in all sorts of trouble on the left, and he's got his thigh heavily bandaged on the right.
That was forward from Badeiras. They've got away with it.
I don't think they've got another shot left, have they, Leeds? He's got to stay out there.
Oh, it's
that's
out
on the full.
Why didn't they just go and kick it dead in goal?
Well, they've been doing that with effect all afternoon.
Yeah. You see Sinfield there, just letting the opinion say, OK, it was a poor kick. This is where we have to regroup.
Well, that was the most peculiar play, the ball, that Leeds have been guilty of today, and Hall still on the field and being treated by the physio.
Well, you'd think they would run at him now. They've got King and Hicks facing him on that side. They've come to the wide, to the left-hand side. Oh,
Solomona, another dab through.
Knock on. That's a shame.
Leeds have it back.
It's a beautiful little move, though, wasn't it? Oh, he said it's a knock on.
Knock on by Jamie Jones Buchanan, is it? It is.
Yeah. Breers screams there, but look at the talent of this fella. Jamie Jones Buchanan get back, but was it touched there by Solomona? Not according to the official, James Child. Boy, we're going to go down to the wire. Did he get a fingertip to that? Hard to say.
Here's King attacking down that right flank where Ryan Hall is plainly and clearly injured. Well, Leeds,
they've got to give it to
famously
King.
just a couple of minutes away from a victory. Monaghan to Breers. Breers wide to Solomona. Solomona then to Atkins. Atkins all over the top of Riley, and the ball finds its way to touch. And I think Tony Smith's record against Leeds, since he's moved here to Warrington, is going to continue. He has never beaten them in 16 months.
Not the best pass from Ryan Atkins, and the coach, Tony Smith, fully aware of that. As we go into the final minutes here, the tension is building. 7 points. How important was that Sinfield drop goal? Can they dislodge this ball? They need possession to the home side. The Wolves are rattling into them.
This is Kirk. The drop goal just gives Leeds a little bit of a relaxing feel about the last 2 minutes here. Ryan McLennan is on his way downstairs talking to all his players who are injured and on the sideline watching this. It has been an heroic performance from the champions.
Been a good game, hasn't it? And there again, Badeiras, he takes a huge risk, you know. He takes a step and then just gets a flat pass. He's made sure it's...
2 minutes to go and Riley has the ball. Leeds are not in the top 4, but they are the champions, and the worrying thing for Warrington as we complete round 19 is that in the season so far, which has been really, really good for them, they haven't beaten the big guns. They haven't beaten Wigan, they haven't beaten St Helens, and they have not beaten Leeds, because Leeds are going to hang on here for victory. There's no question about that now. So the big guns, Warrington come up just short against them.
And this is a game that they know they should have won. That lead at half-time, 20 points to 12, it should have been sufficient.
Well, the short kickoff set the tone, really.
Yeah, and I think it was the wrong tactic.
Mathers, reverse, goes back the other way. Peacock, another majestic performance. Great ball, Morley. Here's Solomona. Off the referee, that's play on. Shouldn't that be scrum down? If it hits the referee, shouldn't that be scrum down, head and feed Warrington?
I think you're right there. Yeah. I think you should smack that down. Adrian Morley's had he's put in a fantastic shift for Warrington today.
I think they all have, Brian. I think this has been a wonderful, wonderful effort. And if there's ever an opportunity where I'd say the man of the match, I'd like to give it to the team, because they've both given us an absolute wonderful game of rugby league.
Warrington 20-12 up at half-time. They've lost the second half 25-10. They've lost the match. They've lost ground on Wigan at the top of the table, and they stay level on points with St Helens. And will this 30-37 scoreline do anything in terms of points for and against? We'll check that out for you later on. The Leeds fans counting down to victory. This is a famous win for the Leeds Rhinos. They've recorded a Super League double against the Warrington Wolves. The former Leeds coach and the current Leeds coach shake hands. And so do the players. Played in magnificent spirit. A wonderful game again. Well, he might be losing his hair. They've lost the points.
Full credit to both sides. They have served up a cracker yet again. It was the same last Sunday, wasn't it? Absolutely superb. Take a bow. Every single player that's been on display has given every ounce to the game of rugby league. Tremendous stuff.
That's a big win for Leeds, isn't it? Coming here with the players they've been missing as well. Kylie Luluai has been outstanding for them this season. Brent Webb is wonderful fullback. Lewatiti, Robbie Burrows. To come here, Warrington flying high, and to win that game in the manner that they've done is fantastic, and it's a sign of a champion side.
It is. It puts a bit of a marker down, doesn't it? If you want this title, Warrington, Wigan, St Helens or whoever, you're going to have to take it off us the hard way.
Absolutely, but they'll be worried about results like last week. You know, they're usually ruthless enough to beat the team like the Crusaders coming to Headingley, but that's a wonderful result today.
Superb result for Leeds. Disappointment for Warrington. There's the man of the match, Greg Eastwood. He's talking to Bill.
Greg, congratulations, man of the match performance. There's the champagne, not chilled, I'm afraid. You haven't had that many starts in your time at Leeds, so it was an opportunity for you tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was. I come here, had a few injuries, and I'm starting to get that chance to start. So it's good, and I got to take my opportunity. We still got Ali Lautini and all that coming back, so I got to make the most of it.
Well, you did that today. To come here and win against one of the form sides in the competition, given the injuries that you've got, that says something, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, we've been working on it. We were disappointing last week against the Crusaders, and we had to come here and get a win, you know, so we can stay up there. And you know, the boys went real well, and the young guys stood up, so it's good to see.
Well done tonight. You got man of the match, champagne, £100 for charity as well. Where will that go?
To Leeds men's cap. Yeah.
Leeds men cap. Well done tonight, Greg. Well, let's bring Danny Maguire in as well. And Greg referred to it there. After last week in the Crusaders, you had a bit of making up to do, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We felt like we'd let ourselves down a little bit last week in this performance. Really, you know, it was a tough game out there today. Tough conditions. You know, attractive gameplay, points scored. Both teams probably got a bit of defensive work to do, but you know, marvellous effort from the lads to come back and snatch the win near the end.
You've got to tip your hats to your packs on a day like this, both sides, haven't they?
Yeah, our pack was outstanding today. They had to do a lot of work. You know, and the boys kept putting their hands up for the carries and getting us forward. You know, JP, Bales, every one of them, Greg, they all put their hand up and went forward for us today. And in the second half, we got a bit of momentum and, you know, showed what we can do.
Danny, I think the viewing public might have been a bit down in the dumps after what happened earlier on this afternoon. This has been a pretty good tonic.
Yeah, I think everybody's a little bit down, but hopefully they'll have enjoyed that game and lifted a few spirits around the country.
Certainly having Leeds, not so sure about Warrington and your old mate Richie Mathers. Richie, to be 20 points to 12 up against Leeds and blow it, still something missing?
No, I don't think there was something missing. I think we were really poor around the ruck today. You know, Leeds are a great side when they got on a roll, and we'll let them do that in the second half and give away a lot of cheap penalties, and then you just can't defend in that weather, and you know, against a champion team like that, and we're just really sloppy around the ruck, and they capitalised on that.
So indiscipline as well cost you?
A little bit, yeah, at times, and we just let Leeds get out of their half, and you know, we'll let them get a roll on, and as I said, you know, in this heat you just can't keep giving cheap ball away and defending and expect to win games.
Thanks, Richie.
Well, it was a great effort from these two sides, a superhuman effort from the Leeds Rhinos, and they have won the match, a match that they have won in style. And Sporting, the Warrington coach, shaking hands with his former charges. But it's Leeds who come out on top, 37-30, another class.